Yeah, yeah.
Once you starting, ask her, remind her to start the record. Over to you.
Sir, we are live. Let me know when we can start recording.
So, Ellen, I will start now. Okay. Okay. So, Harini. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Amlan, a member of Kariliv and a club of the MTTS alumni. And I will welcome you all to the third day of Kariliv Days 2022. That's the PTMT day. PTMT, Pedagogical Training for Mathematics Teachers. It's a part of the camps which are organized by MTTS for mathematics teaching, and it is for mathematical teachers. And the PTMT day, it comprises of the events which are organized by the PTMT alumni. And for continuing the rest of the event, let me invite Garima Gogia ma'am, who is currently working in the math education at Azim Premji University, Bangalore. She herself is a PTMT alumni and she attended the PTMT camp at Anandpur Sahiba 2019. Garima ma'am, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Amlan. Good afternoon, everyone, and I welcome you all to the PTMT Day of the Curry Leaf Days 2022. So, as Amlan said, that now we are going to talk about PTMT, its idea, objectives, and its work in general here. So, to have our first presentation about the idea and objective of PTMT, I would like to request Jaykaran Singh, who is currently a faculty at Rani Prabha College, Fatehpur, to give us a brief presentation about the idea and objectives of PTMT. He has also been a PTMT alumni with me at Anandpur Sahib 2019 December PTMT. Over to you, Jaykaran.
Thank you very much. Let me share my screen. Yeah, is it visible?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, yeah. It's visible. Yes.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon to all. I'm going to give presentation on pedagogical training for mathematics teachers. In the upcoming slides, I'm going to tell about the idea, objective, academic structure of PTMT camp, and some glimpses. From the positive responses of MTTS alumni, MTTS Trust thought of passing its pedagogical methods directly to the college teachers across country, and the PTMT was born. More on this, we will hear an interview with Kumareshan sir after the presentation. The objective of this program is to make mathematics teachers familiar with the same method followed in MTTS program. Another objective is to facilitate connection among mathematics teachers from different part of country, like Omkar, Franshu, Garima, and I met in a PTMT camp in 2019 and are working together since then. This is for someone of you might be interested in arranging a PTMT camp at your college. Application for PTMT camp will be processed 6 months prior to the date of camp, and each camp will focus on single subject, unlike the MTTS camps where 3 subjects are taught simultaneously. For further details, you may check out the websites. Here are some of the photos of PTMT camps held till now. Here is a list of camps and the places where PTMT camps were held. In the future activities, we are glad to announce you that we will be starting series of talks from PTMT alumni, which will be called Talking Pedagogically. There are some PTMT camps in pipeline. The announcement for both will come soon. For announcement of events, do follow our Curry page on Facebook and Instagram. If you have any query about PTMT, you may contact Omkar, Fransu, or me on these email IDs. Now we present to you an interview with Kumareshan sir about PTMT. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Jaykaran.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So this was a wonderful skim through the work of PTMT and the future that we are aspiring for PTMT. In order to have a deep sense of the future work of this, I request Omkar. Omkar Devlekar is currently a faculty at Azim Premji University, and he has been also associated with the PTMT through Anandpur PTMT that was conducted in 2019. So he recently conducted an interview with Kumareshan sir over the objectives, the future idea of PTMT. So I would request him to share it, share the recording.
Yeah.
Over to you, Omkar.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining us here for the interview. As you know, this is going to be for the PTMT camp participants. But as Ajit sir also mentioned in the last inauguration of OFCM, that PTMT started in 1990. MTTS started in 1993.
Right.
And after 7-8 years, around 2000, the PTMT camp started.
Correct.
Motivated you or the learnings from the MTTS camps that you thought about having a focused course on pedagogical aspect of mathematics and aimed at the UG teachers in India?
Yeah, I think the credit should actually be given to the participants of MTTS camps, because they were very attracted and impressed by the teaching methods of MTTS camps. So they kept on almost on every valedictory or in the feedback form. In other comment they used to write, or they used to say that we should run such a camp to college teachers so that they can teach, so that this kind of teaching methodology will be available to larger audience. My kind of response to those things at that time was that you are the future generation teachers. So, okay, within the next 5 years or so, you will become teachers. You should do it. That will be much more effective, because I also quoted the usual English saying, You can't teach new tricks to old dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason is I joined Bombay University around 1990 to practically 1991 to say, and I was involved with a lot of so-called refresher courses for teachers, right? UGC conducted thing, and I found many teachers just came for the attendance and certificate because it meant about 2 increments or whatever it is those days. Very rarely they were interested in learning anything. This is in spite of the fact you know me, I'm very intense. I know their background. So I went to the very, very elementary level and tried to do something which will be useful to them rather than many times, the organizer invites his friends. He comes and talks about how great he is or what kind of great work he has done in PhD, etc. And okay, it may not matter anything at all to college teachers. Okay, it may not be any use. They may not even be able to understand. Whereas I focused on something which is related to what they are doing, at the same time taking it at a higher level. Okay, starting from the basic. But I found very rarely they kind of responded well. Okay, they did not. So based on that, whenever our participants suggested I should have such a thing, I was reluctant. I was not very keen, enthusiastic about that. But things started changing towards the end of the last century, around 1999 and etc. Because I saw in the refresher courses, younger students started coming. I mean, younger faculty members who just finished BSc, MSc, and joined as a faculty somewhere. And I could see they understood they are not really, absorbed or mastered the concepts, but they have to teach. And so they were very keen. And so in every refresher course, during tea time, I was surrounded by young people asking me, okay, this was very nice. So this question students ask me, how do you explain? What kind of example we should give? Like that. Real pedagogical things. That was the time what happened was one of the former MTTS participant, very early one, perhaps the first one possibly. He was in Madurai College. He called me to organize an analysis workshop for teachers. I think Srinivasan, myself, and perhaps another Professor Somasundaram from Tamil Nadu. We three, maybe I don't know whether there was any fourth one. We went there, and barring 2 or 3 was pretty old, about 50 plus. The rest of the things are very, very keen, very, very keen. Okay, and that's when I seriously thought maybe I should start having such a program for college teachers. But as I said, the original credit should go to the participant, and second credit should go to the flow of new young blood. Okay, and that made the change, because all the old people who had to attend by statutory rules about 2 or 3 or whatever requisite number of refresher courses they attended, so they didn't bother to attend anymore. So younger students, okay, rather young faculty people, okay, they started attending a refresher course. That made the change for me. Yeah.
What pedagogical principles are at the core of PTMT camps, or what are the things that you try to imbibe on this in the new teachers?
Yeah, see, there is a very marked difference from the way I kind of organize or visualize MTTS camp and the PTMT camp. In MTTS camp, I want you to be fresh. That is, even if you had learned something basics about some subject, I ask you to kind of format it, not even to forget it. Okay, format, overwrite. In fact, in the correct Linux language, you wipe out the hard disk, not format. Okay, the format you can still recover. Okay, wiping out is completely gone. It's a fresh. Anyway, so there I have to go somewhat very linearly. Right? Whereas when in PTMT, let us take one standard example like real analysis. So we are teaching essentially BSc level real analysis, let us say, in pedagogy. So the teacher, he has done already in BSc third year, and he has done his MSc, and he is likely to start that course in his college also. So that means he has lot of ideas about the subject, okay, and definitions and some certain examples, certain theorems he has, okay. So I don't have to go linearly there. Even though the entire course, at the end of the course, we have covered it as you would see in a linear fashion, but it's not necessarily linearly. And since you had been a participant, you might have seen that. Okay, so what we do is, so there will be somebody who will be about 3-4 lectures or 5 lectures on real number system. Another one will be simultaneously on the same day, he will be starting on sequences. A third person may be talking about continuity. Okay, all the 3 courses may be on the same day. Okay, first lecture, then we go, because you had already seen that. Okay, then this way we also crisscross. Okay, so that is the first principle I said. Okay, don't think of linearly. That is, I started real number system, second lecture also should continue, third lecture should do. After that, we will come to sequences or whatever it is. That's not the way. Okay, this is a parallel. That's the first thing. And second thing is, since they already know it's a see, unlike dishing out information, MTTS is never for information, right? I mean, bombarding you with a lot of information. It is rather the method of thinking, and which is peculiar to the subject, because each subject has its own way of looking at things, mathematics. So we try to kind of choose the correct examples and exercises which they should kind of understand well, and which also throws a light about the subject, which gives the flavor of the subject well. So we emphasize that point of thing. So when you do this in the classroom, these are the examples you should emphasize. These are the subtle points you should do. When you come through the proof, what are the subtle points you should mention? Okay, it may look very easy line by line proof, but there are a lot of subtleties. These are the things which we try to emphasize. Okay, we do that in MTTS, but we may not do it from teacher's point of view. That is from a learner's point of view. This is from teacher's point of view. He is sitting, the audience is a teacher, he knows the subject, okay, but it's a delivery. Okay, we're delivering so that you should have an impact on his audience. So that's what we emphasize. So we equip him with the pedagogical aspects. Okay, we believe that he already has enough competence. There is no problem. The only thing is, what are the essential aspects, certain points which you might have missed during his learning process. Okay, that kind of thing. And some kind of interrelationships within various subjects or within the subject itself, from some chapter to some other theme. There's a common recurring theme sometimes people forget. Yeah, these are the things.
Yeah. And so I am asking a question outside the class, like now that we are all new teachers and we all have our own ideas of pedagogy also, like how we learned also and what we think is a better way, and what MTTS also teaches us in the PTMT camps. So if one has to struggle with these ideas, that even if one thinks about something, may not be able to implement it, like for some things to imbibe in yourself as a teacher, like the MTTS methodology, you always say it takes 3 days for a students to learn the MTTS style, but it takes 3 camps for a teacher to imbibe the MTTS way of teaching. So what would you suggest us? Right?
Yeah, my suggestion for young teachers for the last 3 decades is the same. The first thing is that when you are going to teach, most in the audience believe that you are an expert. So you don't have to show that you are an expert to them. Okay, they axiomatically assume that you are an expert. So don't try to show off. The idea is that you want to teach them. Okay, and you have the other thing which I say, you take them along with you. Very crude way of saying or funny way of saying will be it. Okay, make them partners in the crime. Okay, so take them along with you. And the third thing which I say is, there are many people, just I have seen it, even very, very well established teachers, and more so in beginners, that they think the audience is somewhat dull, or they are not stupid, or they are not quick, etc. Never ever assume that. In fact, you should assume, okay, they are much smarter than you. That is as a teacher. Okay, my audience is much smarter than me. Why? That makes you alert. Okay. And also the body language is good, because when I think that you are as intelligent or more intelligent than I am, then okay, there is a much better interaction between us. The body language which I show is different. Okay. Whereas when I think that you are very inferior to me, you are there, I'm going to give, you are going to learn. Okay. That kind of thing, then it's different. Okay. So the interaction never takes place. So the best thing is, you should have a sincere desire to teach. Okay. But think that they are equal or better. Okay. So that you will be on your toes, and that body language will also help you to establish a rapport with your audience. Okay. That's the basic thing which I would like to say, because many people have that kind of what you call condescending attitude, that as though they are much better off than the audience. So they are there. It's like, to quote our Indian thing, as though Ganges is going to flow, okay, from there to you, kind of thing. Okay, it's not. Okay. So like like a power, electricity power, it has to, if the power has to work, there is a movement both ways.
Yes.
All right. So it has to be there. Indirectly, there is a imperceptible learning process for any teacher also from the audience. Because if they don't understand, then that's a message. You are getting a feedback. Okay, something is flowing into you.
Yeah.
That means you ought to do something. So that is the attitude one should have. Yeah.
Even like one of the things that the way MTTS take the feedback seriously, it really tells us that they are listening to the students, and whatever they are saying, they are listening very intently and trying to improve or try to accommodate their concerns.
Yeah.
I think this was also one of the things that I really learned from my participation in MTTS camps, that the feedback, it's a two-way thing. Teaching is not, as you were saying. I really
That's.
see that.
I'm very glad that you noticed and you appreciate that, because many of my close, MTTS team members will know that we usually ask for Thursday night or Friday. We get the feedback form. Saturday is the last working day usually. Let's say main camp. And you will not believe, Friday night after dinner, I will go through all the feedback forms. It will be something like around 200 feedback forms. Okay, first time I'll go through everything. Second time, okay, already I would have formed certain things, right? There is a clusters, right? Some kind of points are mentioned repeatedly, or maybe in a different language, but you see the pattern. Okay, the second time, go through that and try to understand in depth and note what are the points. Third time, just go through. So by the time I go to bed, usually it will be 2 p.m. So next day at the validator when I made, I know the feedback forms very well. Okay, that has been the case.
Yeah.
And all through, okay, whenever I participate in the last thing, except last year I missed because I was in US. Otherwise, we used to do that. So we take it very, very seriously. And in fact, many other things we modified, implemented, or changed. Okay, that is why it's a MTTS is. We don't think we are perfect, because possibly everybody is fed my axiom. No, nothing in the world is perfect. Okay, so there is always something we can do better. Yeah, feedbacks are very important. So it again, feedback, as I said, even though I am getting more information, but certainly perceptive students also get some subtle points from me. It's like a slow poison. I'm putting some points in their mind. Okay, the specific nature of certain points of my course.
That is true.
Even in MTTS feedback form, if you ask, you will see. Okay, certain questions are trying to see, this is something very specific to this kind of camp. Has it been useful to you, helped you, or have you appreciated that? Why do we ask is, it also tells us whether it's useful. And second time, he also learns, oh, this is something different.
Yes.
See, I'm always of that opinion, because even in elders in the family, it's nice to say how you struggle to make things work in your family to youngsters. Many people think they should have a protected, okay, keep them in ivory tower, or what they call very inconstant, very safety net, Siddharth was held during his initial days, okay, because when he was told that he may turn into a saint or whatever it is, like that, they tried to give a cocoon thing, right, like cocoon, and that's not a good thing. So one should always tell them what is happening. Okay. It's not to say that either you are sacrificing something, you are doing something great, but you are actually preparing the younger people for the reality. Okay. Yeah. That I think should be part of the game.
Yeah. Okay. So now that MTTS and PTMT has been going on for many years, we see that like I usually also say that you take any student in mathematics who is pursuing higher mathematics, say PhD, and within 3 connections of his, you will find that something is connected to MTTS.
MTTS, yeah, right.
Maybe even the first-hand connections is a high probability that he is associated to MTTS in some way, had attended a camp or was taught by some MTTS faculty. It's always there. So
I learned a lot of things with the MTTS peer.
yes,
The peer who was an MTTS alumnus.
yes, that is true. That is true. And I am one of them because I couldn't attend the MTTS camps in my graduation, but I benefited a lot from someone who has been attending.
Right. For example, Priyamud also came to that way only. Right. A lot of people. Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I like, the so-called Adash number in mathematics world. I think in India, there should be a MTTS number.
MTTS number, yes. And it will be less than or equal to 2.
Right.
So, our last question maybe would be, how do you envision the future of PTMT and what role do you see the PTMT can or should play in the mathematics community?
See, when you want to teach a course, forget about PTMT, even as a college level, university level, or whatever. What I do is people immediately think what is the textbook, what is the syllabus. I never worry about that. That's my least or last of my concerns. My thing is this subject, okay, each subject has a very specific way of thinking and very kind of landmark results, okay, culminations, okay, points. So what are the things I want my students at the end of the course when they leave, they should have some kind of an idea, what I call the ethos, the spirit of the subject, right? So that is what something like a bird's eye view, eagle's eye view. You just sit on the, okay, huge, at top of a hill, then you see the land. It's a global view. You have that first. After that, you go into the detail. So my thing will be, now I know these are the main results I want to emphasize in my course. Then I'll always, as I do in my classroom, I always go backwards. If I have to prove the result, what do I need? If I have to make sure by the time I come to the result, the student should feel that although he knows this is the result, I know, yeah, even I could have done it. That kind of feeling I want to give. That means I have to build up his intuition by proper examples, proper questions, and proper results. Okay. Results stated in the form. The result may be there, but may not be in the form you want it, so that it makes him guess the final result. So I spend a lot of time in this kind of stuff. This is what one misses. Usually what they do is open, okay, today I will finish this 1.5 sections. Today it should be possible. Okay, do it. And then next. That's why many teachers do. That is what they mean by lesson plan. For me, it's a course plan. Okay. The entirety. Okay. Now, project it into the PTMT. It still makes sense. Now you have an audience which is matured. Okay. It has been taught the course very well, and it may be possibly teaching the course at students. Okay. So implementing this will be much easier for them, because they had already seen various aspects of that. Okay. The only connecting picture they may not have, but that's all we have to give. So it should be easier for them. So that is what one has to project in a PTMT course. I hope future PTMT, okay, without Kumareshan will also happen, and they will live up to this expectations.
Yes, sir. Definitely, at least we will try this one aspect that you thought you missed because you couldn't officially make it into a long camp.
Yeah.
PTMT, the teacher presentations, participant presentations. I think we will come up with the series of presentations from the former PTMT participants, and that will try to fill up that gap, maybe which you.
Yeah, that will be wonderful. That will be wonderful.
So anything in the remaining, if you want to say to the participants of PTMT?
I don't have to say, except I appreciate their thing, because many participants from PTMT, they said that they went back and taught, okay, with confidence, and they could see a lot of improvement in their students and their performance in various exams, etc. also. Okay. And some other things was much better. Some other subjects which people really hate or, are afraid of, like measure theory. Okay. After that, they said, I want to go and force my college or HOD to give me that course. Okay. That is a kind of confidence. So I think it just shows two things, that PTMT is needed and it has done its job very well. Okay. I hope. So I should thank the participants of PTMT for this feedback.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Omkar, for sharing this wonderful interview. I myself, having been a participant of PTMT Anandpur Sahab, I would like to share like what sir said here. You can't think that your students are inferior to you or they don't know that thing, right? That entire idea of not being at the receiver's end from the student's point of view, but rather being a contributor or constructing the knowledge together with the teacher gives that sense of ownership and hence that understanding of our subject. So that is what I took as a participant from PTMT and tried to implement that in my class since then. So continuing with this sharing of idea about or the experience of a PTMT participant, I would like to invite Franshu Mahipal. So Franshu is currently a faculty at Sri Sham Co-Education College in Rajasthan. So Franshu, he has also been a participant of the same camp as we have mentioned. He would like to share his experience of PTMT and his relation with MTTS in general.
Yeah.
Over to you.
Yeah. Thanks, Garima. First of all, good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to discuss my PTMT experience. What is my PTMT experience? First, I want to say in 2019 was the first teaching year of my career. Along with I got selected in PTMT. I don't know about what is the PTMT and what is its methodology, on which methodology he is working, what he is taught. But I know one thing, there is some teacher training and it is not like student training, like we are listening and sit there and not giving some answer. I am thinking that is some different thing and it will help in me to teaching in teaching career of myself. Along with that first 2 and 3 lecture of PTMT was that time. I am from basically Rajasthan and Hindi language is there. We are normally with the student, we consult in Hindi and everything we are doing. But in their lecture, all the things are in English and everything is going on. 2 and 3 days I have to settle there. And after the 4th day, I remember that day on the morning, I make my mood. Today I will ask some question about Kumareshan sir. I have some problem. That day I go to Kumareshan sir and ask. When I asked to sir about my doubt, on that way, they are clearing my doubt. I think after that, the remaining session is cool for me because I know sir know every problem which I am facing because I am teaching in undergraduate and as well as first year of teaching is there. That constraint is also with me. Then, sir, after that session, remaining session is going on very well. Then I want to pin here one point about that language is not a constraint. It is a only way of communication. That time I'm feeling that thing, and in my life, its pinpoint is really pin me. Yeah. And second thing, one talk is going on of Kumareshan sir, like there is some circles are there. When we are connecting whole the circle, we get our answer. But if there is some missing one circle, then we are not getting our answer. That concept after I think 7 and 8 lecture, I realized that thing. How when we are taking some theorems and something to prove, if we know all the things about that, then we are connecting whole the way. But if we are not know well, then we can't connect it, that thing. That is the second part which is pinned to me, and I want to share one pinpoint is there. Sir always say after completing any thing, PRP concept is there. Kumareshan sir PRP concept, pause, review, and proceed. That thing is really good. After completing some theorems and some question, review it, and you will feel more confident, which you get in earlier. That was the my first experience of that PTMT. After back in my college, when I back in my college, there I share with the student. I try to imply that methodology over there. That time, what happened? One day, one class was there, and I was discussing within linear algebra one topic. Everyone is know there is one theorem. Sylvester theorem is there, also called rank nullity theorem. Which theorem, when I proved in a different manner, which is the third pinpoint of my life, like think without ink. That time I used that concept, which I learned in the PTMT camp. After the fifth lecture, Kumareshan sir said, "Today you are not using the pen. Pack your pen, don't use. Only think and tell what is the answer." That time when I telling to the student about that theorem, I will take 5 minutes and I cover whole the thing, which I already taught previously. But when I talk without pen using, and after that completing that theorem in 5 minutes, I will ask to student. Then they said, "Sir, we are really confirmed every part, each part we are understanding." That thing, the third point of my PTMT. Yeah. And upcoming this, I will collaboration with MTTS. The pandemic is going on, COVID is there, and for my luck, I will get selected in OFCM, like online camp in MTTS, and there I also take some MTTS in this way. I will participate in OFCM follow up, and MTTS main camp is there. I participated as a mentor, assistant mentor, technical coordinator, and coordinator. The lot of things and job I will done, but each and every camp give me something new, directions, something new, polls to me. And I want to pin here my fourth point is that fourth pin point is there. The full personality development is there. Why I saying this? Because not only mathematics I am learning, rather than mathematics, I teach how to manage student. What is the problem? Genuine when student are not asking any question. Yeah, this part is difficult, and we will take more time. This type of thinking I will from that camp I realized there, and after that one more concept which already Kumareshan sir has shared in the video, that MTTS is a slow poison. Yeah, really, I feel in my life MTTS is slow poison. If there is any announcement of the MTTS camp on the site, when I see, I am thinking this period can I free if I get any mail regarding to give any type of service, then can I, if I will do and I will manage that, then I definitely want to be a part of it. that slow poison works slowly, but it works really. That thing happened in my life, and that is my fifth pinpoint. Like slow poison is there, and my last experience regarding the last and latest experience, MTTS 2022 main camp is there. Yeah, Premda.
Oh, sorry, not after you. I wanted to share my experience, so that's why I raised hand. Sorry.
Yeah,
Please continue.
no problem. MTTS 2022 camp was there, and that is the offline camp, which one thing is a pin for me, like student seminar is there. Uh, that is the wonderful thing which in my life I feel I will imply in my college. And this year on every Saturday I will continue with one class that student seminar is going on. I am sitting behind the student and I am giving the topic which I have already learned to them, teaching. And I am sitting, I give only that topic which have abstract thinking, like really real analysis, abstract algebra, that type of thinking in theorems. They are stuck in some part that I am giving to as a seminar topic is there, that part. Then when they are presenting front of all, then I will know where he is stuck in, which part I have to come with them, and thing is missing, then I will put there. That is the second way of the revision, like we can give to the student and student get more benefited for that. Like this type of thinking will happen. Then in abstract way for teachers also, it is thinking is sometimes ridiculous, is that we are not think that. Then the student seminar is really working, and it's work very good. I would thank you so much, Professor S. Kumareshan, all the team member of MTTS Trust, PTMT Alumni, and Curry Leaf team. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Franshu, for sharing your wonderful experience, your learning, your connection with MTTS. So I have also been associated with MTTS ever since the Anandpur Saab camp. We have this Priyamvada. Priyamvada is also a PTMT alumni. So she wants to share her experience, I believe. Over to you, Priyamvada.
Yes, thank you, Garima.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry, actually, I wanted to share one very important point. I have shared my experience many times already, okay? But one important point I remember now. First time when I attended PTMT in 2015, then Kumareshan sir said, just put your notebook and pen away and you will be surprised. You will start proving theorem without looking at the proof. So this was the biggest thing I heard from him. He said, you can prove all the theorems without looking at, just try to think. And I was very, very surprised. I thought, how it can happen? It's not possible, right? Then because I was just going through proof and putting something and then deliver to a student, it was the process when I was before PTMT. Then again, 2015, it was a 1 week real analysis course. Then in 2018, it was 2 week real analysis course. Then I applied again. Then Chandra sir did not select me. Then I emailed him, sir, I want to attend this program. He said, you already attended real analysis 1 week, right? I said, sir, it is 2 weeks. I will learn more. Please let me come. Then he said, okay, come. Then I went. And then 2019 onwards, I'm proving the theorems of real analysis and group theory without looking at the proof. And students told me, ma'am, you are not that old that you will remember all the proofs. Why? How can you do this? I cannot tell you, just I will tell you the program, just try to attend all those programs of MTTS. You will also do it. This is one of the things. And recently I went in one interview, and interviews are going on in Delhi University. So they asked me the proof of one theorem. Actually, asking the proof of theorem in any interview, it is a kind of big thing here. They asked me and I proved the theorem. Then he was surprised, how can you prove? So at that time, I remembered Kumareshan sir, and I'm really very, very thankful. So again, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Priyamvada. So you were undermining the capability of your brain, huh?
Yes,
sir could see, but you couldn't, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is actually true with all of us here. Yeah, so we have a lot of things to thank Kumareshan sir for.
Exactly.
Yeah. So here ends the presentation part of PTMT Day. So I would like to request Amlan to take over to continue with the second half of the program.
Yeah. Thank you, Garima ma'am. And for the next part of today's event, let me invite Monica Singh ma'am. She is currently working at Lady Shri Ram College, Delhi University, and she has also attended the PTMT camp at Anandpur Sahiba 2019. Over to you, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Amlan. First of all, I would also like to thank Professor Kumareshan because, as Amlan said, that I attended one of the PTMT camp, and I want to say that whatever I have learned there, the pedagogical aspects of the abstract kind of maths, maybe the real analysis or abstract algebra. So I have adopted some of the pedagogical techniques, some of the pedagogical idea, and I use those pedagogical ideas in my class, and really students appreciate that. As my all the PTMT alumni who have said and appreciated the way PTMT camps inculcate the idea of transacting the mathematical knowledge to the students, that's really very good. So this is the second day. This is the third day of the Curry Leaf Days and second talk of the PTMT. So our speaker, today's speaker is for the second talk, our speaker is Dr. B. Surendranath Reddy. So before inviting him for talk, let me introduce that Dr. B. Surendranath Reddy is an assistant professor in the School of Mathematical Sciences, Swami Ramananda Tirth Marathwada University, Nanded. He has done MSc and PhD from Hyderabad Central University. His broad area of research is algebra, analysis, and soft set theory. He has written several research papers in reputed national and international journals and guided MPhil and PhD students also. He has completed minor research project on the title Awareness and Training on Free Open Software, Mathematical Software. Not only this, he has developed e-content for different topics in mathematics, namely lattice theory, topology, and function analysis, etc. He has organized 3 faculty development programs. He has trained 17,000 teachers on ICT tools for online teaching and deliver almost more than 50 invited talks. And he is also a PTMT alumna, PTMT 2013 held in Chennai. So I'm glad that he is the speaker of the second PTMT talk. And the title of his talk is Integration of Technology for Effective Teaching Learning. As the idea of the PTMT is the pedagogical aspect. So here, Dr. Surendranath is going to relate this pedagogical aspect with the technology or the open software. Now I would request Dr. B. Surendranath, please take over the floor and start his talk. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Monica Singh, ma'am, for introducing me. I hope I am audible, right?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Please.
Okay. So I would like to wish happy birthday to Kumareshan sir on behalf of all of us. And I am very honored to be here today as a PTMT alumni. 2013 I have attended, and after that we have organized also in our university one camp. So I'm very happy, and at the same time little nervous also, because if Kumareshan sir is there, we are nothing in front of whatever technology he use. Still, what I want to, and I know of course all of you might be teachers and you are all good at mathematics, so I will not be touching any mathematics part here. At the same time, I'll be emphasizing the importance of technology. See, once many years back, if we have chalk and green board, it is more than sufficient. But things are changing day by day. At that time, whatever knowledge it is required now also. But only thing is, we need to integrate some technology so that we may connect better with students. And sometimes, just to say, for example, Professor Kumareshan, just before Corona, if somebody want to attend his lectures, either is possible either through MTTS or PTMT or wherever he deliver. But now he has more than 380 videos, more than 10, almost equal to 10,000 students, teachers are following his video lectures. So it is one-time preparation. Now anyone can access Professor Kumareshan's way of teaching, and that really matters. I mean, it is a great opportunity for all mathematicians to go through those videos and take the maximum benefit. That's why I said technology is required to be part of our teaching nowadays. This new educational policy also demands to have a blended teaching, learning as well as. Okay. So I would just and first of all, I would like to say sorry because my computer just crashed half an hour before and I shifted to somebody else's computer. Many things may not be there on this computer. See, before 2013, when I attended PTMT, and before that and after that, what changed me in my teaching or something is, I am not afraid to make attempts, and as well as I don't have any problem if while explaining something goes wrong. Most of the time as a teacher, what we will feel in front of new students, anyone, if we discuss something, if we say something that may be wrong, so we have internally that feeling whether whatever I am going to teach is correct or not. That daringness, I got it from there, that they used to ask us to think, no problem whether it is wrong or right. Okay, so that motivated me a lot. After that, I never ever felt hesitate to discuss something or to think something. No problem, even if it is wrong, somebody will correct me. I am far better than I am coming forward to think something and give my answer. As a teacher, no problem. Even teachers do mistakes. But if somebody is sitting at back and saying, no, this is wrong, why you are doing all these things, I personally feel that I am far better than those persons. Slowly that confidence increased me to learn myself. So I'm not simply coming blindly to front and saying whatever it comes to my mind. I started thinking, I learned many things. Of course, now also I may do some mistakes. In future also I may do some mistakes, but I'll realize that if somebody said, but I learned many things. Before 2013, even though I taught around 2.5 years, but my confidence level was little less. Have been cleared, and because of that, even during Corona, when everything is closed, I was very confident that whatever I am teaching, I give my best and I will come up with e-content in the form of video lectures so that it will be beneficial to my students. Not only that, to any other whoever can access YouTube. Okay, that made me very, I can say, bold decision I took, because coming on YouTube and discussing whatever explanation I am thinking, because I am from a local state university, so many constraints are there from my end. But still I thought, okay, let me go. Wherever wrong is there, if somebody correct me, I will correct it. But I don't want to sit silent. I want to do something for my students. And somehow I am good at using technologies from earlier age. So I thought I will use the better softwares so that I can make the content more effective. As a result, after 2.5 years, I am very, very proud to say that in this university, I have started as a pilot project that blended teaching. So whatever e-content I have developed, this semester lattice theory I am teaching. So it is an optional subject, so around 12 students have taken. I told first day itself that this semester you are going to be teaching. I'll be there every minute with you. I'll help you. So when 25 students first day came, 13 students dropped, 12 students said, okay, we will be ready. So with these 12 students, we started this experiment. I have given my all videos as well as lecture notes in advance. I told them, you go through it, completely watch my video, you can understand things. And whatever you understood, you come to class and teach to your students. And I will be one of your students. And this is today, we have taken the 19th lecture. First round, I said, because you are all new, we don't record, we will just take the lectures. So whatever difficulties, fear they had, they have removed after completing the first round of lectures. They have taught continuously 60 minutes. Then second round, everybody agreed that we go for recording without single edit. From last 10 days, we have 7 lectures we have recorded, all are 1 hour lectures. To anyone's surprise, they have performed far better than any teacher. Okay, and they also know that it is going to be recorded, uploaded, and we have not edited even single cut. We said, as I believed, I told them also, if there is a wrong, don't worry, you do it. If I cut that and only upload the part whichever is good, we never learn. So 7 lectures they have completed successfully, and third round will come. So all this course, this entire course will be taught by my students, and this had happened mainly because of the content which I have prepared, and I can able to give them early so that they can go through it and try to understand. After that, we had several discussions. Whoever have my YouTube channel, you can search playlist as blended learning. Every student is really performing very well. So this is one of the outcome I feel that technology or this e-content type can definitely help a lot. Let me show that just a second. And then we... And we have used very basic, simple. Can you see the screen? Can you see this? My browser?
Yes, the screen is visible. Yes.
Yeah, that YouTube channel. So here you can see that my students have taken so far this last 1 week 7 lectures. Today also morning, one student completed. I am yet to upload that one. But brilliantly they have explained. I have not seen any difficulties while seeing that, and we are very much successful. I can say that they are performing well, and day by day they are coming and saying, sir, we are getting a lot of confidence, and not just one subject, lattice theory, all other subjects we are started thinking in that direction. So in that way, I'm very happy that I'm not just teaching them, I'm actually inspiring them, motivating them to come forward and deliver whatever they understand. Of course, in every lecture, if you go through it, in between, I have helped them somewhere, and that is necessary also. But most of the time, they are very good. They have not done any mistakes because they have prepared very well. Okay, this is one. And also, I have prepared around 5 subjects e-content. One can access if anyone want to see complex analysis, measure and integration. Measure integration is appreciated by many people. And also whatever I have prepared during Corona, I have applied to Vidya Mitra, which is a single online portal by Government of India, Ministry of Education. This, whoever teachers here, this can help you during your whatever performance based evaluation or cash promotion. Such things are also very, very helpful. So when we are good at subject, why can't we come forward to prepare some content, so that once we prepare one video, until unless you delete from it, it can be accessible anytime. Here you can see Professor Kumareshan. I'm very happy that he has done tremendous work at this age also. I mean, he proves every time age is not a thing. Whatever you do it, he adapts everything and he will teach to everyone. Any mathematics, if you want to learn now, you can easily learn through all his videos. You can go through his all playlists, and of course everyone know it. But you can see weekly 1 or 2 videos daily comes. Every week he upload videos wherever he is. Okay, this is about this one. Now let me share a few small screen. It is like small PPT. Doesn't take much time, don't worry. So I'll share here some of the ideas what I am following, so that it may be useful for all of you. Before starting this, why I say that this technology, adaptation of technology is most important. If you see this picture, this is the story of Nokia. 10-15 years back, we know in India, whatever mobile phone means, cell phone means only Nokia. That not only in India, it ruled entire world. And when Android approached, they said, no, we don't want, whatever we are having, it is the best one. Then they approached Google, and we know all the history. So what they said during the press conference, that they said we didn't do anything wrong, but somehow we lost because they have not tried to adapt the new technologies coming up. They said that they thought that whatever that OS, Symbian OS they had for Nokia, they thought that it will be sufficient. But later they were not able to catch. Even later they realized and they came up with Android phones, but they didn't sustain. So remember, whatever we are having, according to that skill, in addition to that, we should adapt whatever is necessary to the current trend, current world. Then only we can sustain. This is one I would like to just to show. And this also, wherever I go, I feel that I should share this. We have so many opportunities. Actually, everyone has many opportunities, but how we utilize them matters. Okay, so this picture tells a lot. And then we come to our actual integration of technology. If you see national education policy, what it says is that we should try for blended learning. So many people have some misconception that this blended learning is completely online. It is not the case. Teacher presence is always there, and it will be there. And actually teachers role has increased in this blended learning, that we need to prepare the content and we need to give in advance to students, and they should prepare and come to the class. In class, instead of just one-way teaching, it is most of the time discussion class, which we usually see in PTMT. So that's why I feel very happy that when I'm implementing, I always recall how I used to attend PTMT, how teachers used to sit here and there, and then some students will go and teach, and a lot of discussions happen. And really it matters. I mean, we can easily implement such type of learning once we have our content ready. Otherwise, we cannot ask students to simply read and come and deliver. At that level, they require some push-up. So we should provide the material. Of course, not every student. So we need to give proper notes, proper material in beforehand, so that they can come up with good ideas. This, as I said, as a teacher, we will become now as a facilitator. We provide the information, we prepare the content, we try to update that content every year, so that students can learn many things. So you all might be knowing most of the time we can use free as well as free and open source softwares to prepare this e-content, our video lectures, whatever. It may be any operating system. So some of the things which I'm using from last 3 years, I can say one of the best thing is OBS. Earlier, open broadcaster software only YouTubers, gamers, they used to use. Now most of the teachers started using this to prepare our video lectures. Okay, it is completely free. I hope many of you know it. Still, I can show after this. If somebody have any doubts, you can ask me. And it is completely free. You get, because it is open source, so you keep getting updates, and wherever you can share with anyone. You can record any number of hours you want, and easily you can record the best quality videos. Okay, it has camera support. If you don't want camera, you can off and so on. And there are some other, like Loom is also another one which captures screen. It has free as well as pro version. For teachers, they can give pro version again freely. Okay, there is one, if you still feel difficulty using these softwares, one can use Flashback Express free version, where you can record during offline also. OBS also can be used offline. Then the other one is, as I said, now we learn editing videos also. Suppose you want to cut some in between, or you want to add some titles, you want to add some music. You can see Professor Kumareshan adds small, nice classical music at the beginning. Okay, so all such things one can do again using free. Windows itself has a free video editor that is also more than sufficient to add and cut, crop, and if you have more videos, you can join them, all those things. So still, if you want more advanced version, one can use OpenShot, which is again free and open source software. Shortcut is also another one. And the other one is, suppose when we record videos, usually we have space problem, that it may record 1 GB, 2 GB for 20-30 minutes video. So this, using this handbrake, it is again a free software. You can reduce this space without losing the quality. This is one which I regularly use it, because if I use my iPhone to record my students' lecture, we are recording. 1 hour lecture is 8 GB to 15 GB. So that uploading in YouTube and all, it takes a lot of time. But when we use this video compressor, handbrake, it directly reduces from 8 GB to 1 GB like that. That much good compressor it is, and it works flawlessly. There is no, it never happened like it is not responding or it crashed like that. So simple. As I said, you come out from your fear or shy, whatever, you come front, and whatever we are all good. I know that we can do better things. So whatever knowledge you have, 5 minutes, 10 minutes video, you start preparing. And initially you upload on YouTube or Google Drive, try to share with only your students or whoever known to you, take their feedback. Once you get confident, then you can go to public on YouTube platform or wherever it is available. Okay. Only thing is, we should come out of that, whatever we call it as safe zone. Take some risk, and that will make, because I feel how many, around 100 videos I have prepared. There may be some mistakes, I accept it, but I never hesitate. If somebody correct it, I will learn. But while preparing video, you will see so many things we learn. That is the good thing. These are the summary, if I want to say it, because many people might be knowing it. I use my OBS Studio to record, and I use my Microsoft OneNote. See, Microsoft also giving so many very good apps free of cost, especially when it comes to education. So one such thing is OneNote. Microsoft OneNote, it comes inbuilt in from Windows 10 onwards. You can use it, and it is very, very useful and powerful one. Journal++ is also there. I feel OneNote has more advantages than Journal++. I'll show you why it has, because in name itself says OneNote. One account is sufficient to have all your courses. For example, I have 5 courses. I can take anywhere with that one link. That is the advantage. it is better. I mean, whoever using Linux and all, there may be having some problem. So they can still there is some version of OneNote for Linux users also. But I see Journal++ is also very useful tool for digital notes taking, and it can you can create PDF and you can share with anyone. Okay, so instead of that means just like where what we do write in green board, here we write it on this OneNote or Journal++ using digital pen tablet, and we can record as well as at the same time a PDF file is also generated. Okay, so many things can happen at one time. Okay, and I hope all of you by this time familiar. A mathematician, I personally feel that can have a pen tablet. For most of the time, it makes our work very easy. Okay, and then there are some just to make more effective these things you can use it. Something called mouse highlighter, magnifier. If you want to make it little bigger and want to show something whenever you are explaining, if student can't able to see it, then you can have a magnifier. For example, you can see that right now I am showing you using magnifier. Okay, it is inbuilt is there for small things. It makes big difference. Okay, and as I said, video editor, small video, you don't require any skills to learn that. In just one day you may learn many things. These are all the things, and I also personally suggest to go for if you are a teacher, you have a lot of things to share with you, you can go have your own website, and people will connect with you easily. Okay, these are all some of the videos which I have prepared during the corona. As madam said, we have given training to most of the teachers at that time. Many people have attended, and I hope they are using still. Anything you want to use, we have a clear demonstration, you can use it. This is a small demonstration about PDF file which clearly says these things. Now you tell me which one I would like to show. Maybe OneNote. Shall I show OneNote for a few minutes? Yes. Am I audible? Whether I connected?
Yes, you are. Surendra,
Yes,
you are.
yes. Yeah. So, for example, this is the what I talked about OneNote, which anyone can use it. It is free of cost. It is there already, comes with Windows 10. If you see here, these are all the different, I can say one subject which we are teaching, we can call it that as OneNote, one notebook. For example, if you click on complex analysis, then in this complex analysis, you can see that I'm having several number of lectures. Okay, wherever I want to go, I can easily access that lectures, and I can suppose say I'm explaining today some lecture, and I am supposed to recall something which is discussed in lecture 21, Sekashy-Gurser theorem. I can immediately go and show to them and come back immediately. That is one advantage. We can connect with students in better way. Okay, not just this. Say suppose, for example, I also taught measure and integration. Whichever PDF file, whichever lecture I want to see, I can see it, and I can individually share each PDF as single one, or entire subject, entire course as one also. So we can save it each lecture, or we can save it the entire this one. This is also very useful, and you can write it once you have a digital pen. It is very easy to write. It is not a problem. So I don't want to discuss that here. And this is the Journal++, which Professor Kumareshan also use heavily. That he likes this because this also has LaTeX and all. It is available, and you can use it here, pages and all. Only one drawback I felt, I don't know whether it is there or not, that we cannot have an entire course or more than one course at one place. Okay, maybe we need to have different files to access that. Other than that, it has very good features. equivalent to OneNote. But when we are writing here on OneNote, I personally feel that writing on, OneNote, it is very, very smooth. That is one. And yeah, I'll show you the other one, which I have used in my lectures, is GeoGebra. Is when I was teaching complex analysis. For example, this Riemann sphere is there, stereographic projection. Okay, so at that time, I thought that if I can take the help of this GeoGebra geometry and algebra coming together, it has a lot of resources. Suppose if I write here Riemann sphere, yeah, you can see that a lot of resources are already available. One can use it. For example, I myself also have some activities in this GeoGebra. If we click on this, and when we are explaining, even after opening this, because OBS records entire screen, it captures very well in your video. In the final output, it comes very nice, so that student, whenever they are accessing, actually they can access better. Okay, and I also used this GeoGebra few more times while using teaching complex analysis. For example, branches. When we discussed about, I discussed about branches, especially about logarithmic function. At that time, I have used few times. So not only this, it has everything. For example, 3D calculator is there. Whatever tools you want, you can put it there. Okay, it is readily available. Then you can explain to students, because geometry can be understood if you can visualize. Sir says visualize abstract, but sometimes not everyone can do it. So if such technology is there, definitely our understanding will become more clear. Okay, we are not depending on these softwares. We are not teaching entirely based on these softwares, but at some point of time, they really helpful. That I personally feel it. Then you can have different of time things, especially even college teachers or school teachers. They can use this GeoGebra, especially while explaining geometry part. It is very, very useful. I have given some talks, and some are available on my YouTube channel also. You can check. And even at MSc level, I have used several times while explaining to my students. This is one, and of course, Sage is there. One can use it, Sage or Scilab. They are all again free. You can generate wonderful 3-dimensionals, and you can use it for different calculations. Okay, and the final one, which many people may be knowing, is the OBS, which I use it, and I feel that this is one software which made me possible to come and record so many videos. And I hope even Professor Kumareshan is using that many of you might be using. So this is how OBS look like. You all are on this screen, because it is infinite screen display capture. Okay, basically it look like this. You can add your webcam, you can add your any screen. For example, if you are explaining through PDF or through OneNote, you can add that. You can make some animations. You can use whatever microphones are there to reduce the voice and all. For example, when we are recording students one on board, we are using now this wireless mic. So we give students this is very around 2,800 one can get this mic student use, and I also use one mic, so that it captures proper recording. So that, as I said, if voice is not good, clarity is not good, people don't get interest to watch our content. So small tools, if we use it, definitely it makes sense. I can say not more, you don't need to spend more than 5,000, 10,000. One pen tablet one needs to buy, and if necessary, you can buy a microphone. Otherwise, that is also not necessary. And you can remove your background. In all my video lectures, I have taken a small green cloth, and with that help of that, I have removed. So that I feel that somehow it adds more interest. Doesn't mean that if we use it, only thing is it covers some part. other than our body, it also covers the corners that can be saved if we use this background remover. That's all. And these things, I use it in my regular teaching. And now also, as I said, it is not only for Corona time. Now also, if you have a projector and you would like to discuss with your students live lecture, that you show it on them using projector, then whatever we are using these technologies, one can prepare, your regular lectures can be converted into e-content. So this technology is not just for online purpose or whatever, it can be used regularly. Okay. This is about my small experience, whatever I had. If you have any, if you want to ask anything, not doubts, you are free to ask.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So now I would request anyone from the participant, if they have any doubt or any kind of query to make e-material, they may ask.
I'm happy that Professor Kumareshan has given some appreciation to me. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Surendra, for sharing different tools to make e-material content so that student can access that material anytime, anywhere. Now I would request, because in the participant, Professor Ajit Iqbal Singh ma'am is here. May I request ma'am to share, to say a few words, ma'am? Professor Ajit Iqbal Singh ma'am.
I'm so surprised, what a pleasant surprise. You are giving me this opportunity to speak. I'm the happiest person in the whole audience because my students are doing so well in being great teachers and inspiring teachers and making students feel proud that they are making an effort to learn mathematics with fun, with maturity, with perfection. If learning is fun, then that is the best way. And if learning is perfect, that is the highest priority that you can get. And I congratulate Kumareshan, Monica, and Omkar, and Surendra, and all others who have spoken. They have given wonderful presentations, and my best wishes are with you. And as Monica will recall, how much of importance I gave to assessment, to interaction in the class, to assignments, yes, and checking the assignments, giving them back, open book tests. Yes. They are very helpful in continuing the method of teaching and learning. Thank you very much. All the best. I'm so happy. Happiest.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your feedback, ma'am. Thank you so much for your encouraging words. Now I would request Professor Kumareshan, sir. So please, if you can say a few words, sir.
Thank you very much. Yeah, let me just lower my hand. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Hi. So I just want to talk about a few things related to today's event. About PTMT I will do later. First, I would like to, I'm very, very happy. I want to compete with Ajit Iqbal Singh. Who is the happiest person, Ajit? I'm very surprised to see you there, and I just wanted to talk to you, and it's very nice that you are here. Okay. And two things about Surendra. Surendra has done wonderfully well in taking the technology to a very large audience, okay, especially from the point of view of teachers. Okay. And here I would like to share some of the things. You can see my profile. I'll just close my video. You can see. Can you see that? Okay. This one, I mean it. Okay. It's not some kind of, to sound profound or to sound something holy, nothing. I really mean it, because even before I saw that, when I left to Bombay University, I wrote exactly the same words to my colleagues there. Anyway, so the point I want to say is, I taught my students a lot of things. Like, let us say, start with Ajit. Okay, he was my MSc PhD student. I taught him LaTeX. I taught him how to draw pictures using computers, and then I used him to draw pictures for my books. Okay, now any problem with the LaTeX or pictures, etc., I usually ask Ajit now. Okay, role reversal. He becomes my teacher. I become his student now. Okay, and same thing with Srini. All of you know Srinivasan. And I taught him various things about Linux, how to install, how to incorporate various kinds of stuff, and all kind of technical difficulties. Okay. Now, last 10 years, okay, I am just away from it. I do use Linux, but if there is a problem, oh, sorry. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for your feedback, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I am not yet finished. Yeah, Monica.
Yeah. Please, sir.
Okay. So now, anything with the Linux, I asked Srini. Now let's come to Surendra. Okay. See, I had tried with OBS. Okay, when I start the whole thing started, I learned on my own from videos, etc. And whenever there was some difficulty about video recording, etc., I used to call Surendra. Then when I was at IIT Kanpur during this pandemic, I started all these things. So I was using Zoom platform to record my yearly lectures, about 150 lectures I recorded. Okay, but when I came to Hyderabad, okay, I didn't have professional Zoom license, and Zoom has only 40 minutes restriction. Then I thought I should go back to OBS. And then I asked again Surendra, what are the things I should do, etc. And also Baba. And by the way, Surendra mentioned that, how to use video editors, etc. And you can include music, as Professor Kumareshan includes. Well, it's included in my videos, but it's not Kumareshan, it's a Professor Baba. Okay, who does all these 380 videos, he edited for my sake. Okay, thanks to him. Okay. And similarly, when it comes to something like Moodle and self-assessment quiz, which we are very rigorously pushing forward, okay, and there are a lot of people like Jay Mehta and Vikram. I introduced them to that, but then they know much more than I do know. Okay, so this is one point which I said, which even during this interview by Omkar, I said that you should also be receptive mood as a teacher. You should not think, okay, that others should learn from me. I cannot learn from others. Okay. One of my favorite saying is the biggest impediment to learning is your ego. If you let go of your ego, you will learn everything.
Yes.
Okay. These are the few things I just wanted to say. And about the final thing about PTMT, I think Omkar asked what are the future plans, etc. Thank you, Omkar. You are very skillfully edited out something which I wanted you to do.
No, actually, one of the Curry Leaf member edited the video. So
yeah, that's right. But I'm sure you told him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Otherwise, you might have just did that. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. See, I think now I'm 70 plus. Okay. In spite of the thing, I want to claim that I look like 17 and I behave like 17. My mental age is 17, etc. Okay. Biology, it says something different. Okay. So naturally, I would like to conserve my energy. In fact, I would like to have more PTMT for the rest of my life, because MTTS in very good hands now. Okay, I trained a lot of people. All of them are doing wonderfully well, even better than what I could do. Okay, that way I'm more or less worry-free about MTTS future. Okay, about PTMT, just before the same kind of training I want to impart. And so only way I could do is perhaps someone run at least 2 PTMT for the next 3 to 5 years. I hope that up to 5 years, my health will survive better. Okay. So within that, I would like to have at least about another 10 PTMT before I go away, before I vanish. All right. Let's see whether it can happen, but I'm not very sure. Okay. Just look at the participants. Okay. As like all MTTS thing, you are all MTTS trained. What I'm aiming for. Look at that, you will know. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, anyone from the audience who would like to say something? Any query or? Okay, so thank you, Dr. Surendranath Reddy, for telling us the different open tools which we can use for making e-content. So thank you so much. Now over to Amlan, please.
Just one more thing. May I request Surendra to make a one-page write-up about the software and brief description what it could be used for.
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, there is a mathematics blackboard is there, journal is there. I think Professor Suri from ISA Bangalore. For that I have written. I will immediately share. Sir.
Yeah, that will be the best because you said it over thing, so people may not retain that. So it will be useful if you just
Sure.
And whoever wants, they can write to Surendra and he may do that. Okay.
Yes,
or you can write to MTTS. MTTS will approach Surendra and it will facilitate. Okay.
Yes.
Right. So, thank you very much. Because I think you are doing wonderfully well this. So it should be, for example, the one which you talked about, the mic, separate mics for students, etc.
Yes,
that will be wonderful because I'm sorry. I hope all of you can bear with me because that will be useful for PTMT and even MTTS classroom. Because if they want to take video thing, I said it's impossible unless you have something like 2 or 3 professional cameramen who also knows what is MTTS about. You cannot bring back on video because I will be moving and I will be talking to a student and he will be answering something. Okay, you cannot be static. One camera cannot do that. Like, if you want to catch cricket or if you want to video record or stream cricket or football or tennis, you should also know the game. Then only you know where to put the camera, what you have to follow, etc. Otherwise, he will be hitting like our Doordarshan things. Okay, he will be hitting whereas he will be showing. Kumareshan is sitting because he's a celebrity, kind of nonsense instead of the game. Okay, that's kind of thing will happen. So your thing is very good. I did not know about that. It will be very nice.
Yes, sir. One that is very, very useful because I seen IIT professors' videos also, sir. I'm glad that we can able to shoot better than them. Better than them shoot in the sense only shooting in the sense.
Yeah. I'm sure we didn't mean that we shoot them.
Okay, thank you.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry for the interruption. Amlan, you can take over.
Yeah, please. Now over to Amlan, please.
Yeah. It was really a great session by the PTMT Day organizers, and thank you everyone. Thank you for the presentation, the talk, and thank you for all the sharings that you're sharing of your experience and expressions. Thank you. And we will be meeting tomorrow again for the day 4 of Career Leave Days 2022. That is the birthday celebration of Professor Kumareshan and Career Leave. Hope to see you all there. Thank you.
Thank you, one and all. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Bye to all.
Stop recording.